So from today onwards, we are going to start with the session. So yesterday, I just gave you a short intro as actually how the session will go, and then how I will be covering, and then how the documentations I'll be sending to you. And we have not taken anything about the topics yesterday. From today on only, we are starting it. So we are going to start with the very basics here. So first, we'll know what is a data type, and then after that we'll see today what is a variable here. So first we are going to see about what is data types. Everyone, at least you would have heard a name called data types from your side. Can anyone of you guys can say, just ping me in the chat window as what are the data types you know? Okay, anyone can just ping me in the chat window as what are the data types you guys know. Can anyone can just tell me? Superb. Integer, string, long, character. Awesome. Superb. Double. Great. Wow. Boolean. Yes, correct. So these are the different types of data types. Float. Yes, awesome. Superb. So I'll write what are the data types we have. So we have byte. Then we have short. Then we have integer, long. Also we have from our side float and double. Then also we have from our side Boolean, then character, and then string. Here string alone is not a data type in Java. Okay, string is a class. With help of string, they are going to do multiple activities here. So instead of making it as a data type, they made it as a class which also act as a data type. Also, string alone will act as a data type. Okay, it's actually a class in Java, but acts as a data type also. That's right. So we have these different data types. So what each and everything is going to do. So if you see this short, integer, and long, these things represents numbers. Okay, we can store numbers in these data types. The same thing if you see this float and double, it can store decimals. Same thing if you see this Boolean, it can store true or false. It can store any one thing. It's true or false it can store. Same thing if you see for the character, okay, any information that comes in a single code, for example, A or 1, X, any information that comes in a single code, okay, only one letter can be stored in that. You cannot store more than one. That is what character. Any values that can be stored in double quotes. Okay, A, how are you? 100. Okay, any information that comes in the double quotes. It can be a single letter or it can be a group of words or a number, anything which comes in double quotes will be considered as a string in Java. Okay, that's it. So here we have short, integer, and long, and then we have float and double. Okay, so these three things is going to represent numbers. These two is going to represent decimal. Then why we need these data types? That means simple. Each and every data type, if you see, it's kind of a container. Okay, each and everything is like kind of a container here. Okay, that is it represents. That is actually what it gives an information to us. How much size of data can be stored in that? That's what this is. Can you see? It will be like this. So the first one, it will be byte. I'll reduce a little bit the font size. If you guys are not able to read it properly, please let me know so that I can increase it. Byte, short, integer, long, then we have float, then we also have double from our side. Okay, these are the data types we have here. Clear? So byte can store values from minus 127 to 128, minus 127 to 128. This is the value we can store it in byte. Same thing short. Okay, I'm not going to give the real numbers. I'm just going to give an information to you that you can understand the concept properly. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, you guys are getting some echo? Just a second. Hope so now it will be clear. Is that clear right now for you guys? Yeah, good. So here we have short. Short, if you see, it can store values from minus 500 to 700. Then integer, it can store values from minus 1500 to 1500. Long, it can store values from minus 5000 to 7000. Simply some values. Same thing float, it can store values from, it is actually what, from minus float and decimals, it's a double or decimals. So minus 1000.002 2000.99. Double can store values from minus 5000 to 10,000.00. 10,000.00. Okay, this is what we have here. So from my side, these are the numbers values actually what it can store from its side. Clear? So now if I want to store a value, okay, these three can store actually, okay, these four can store numbers here. Okay, byte, short, integer, long, all those things can store numbers. Float and decimal actually what it can store decimals here. So right now I'm going to want to store a number. So I want to store a number actually what I'll make it as, for example, I want to store 70. That's a number I want to store. So I'll increase the font size 40. So 70 is the number I want to store here. $70. So now, what are the numbers it can help me to store? So 70, will it come inside the byte minus 127 to 128? Yes, I can store it in byte. Then in short, will it come minus 5 to 700? Yes, it's there in between that range only. So in short also I can store. Same thing it will come for integer. Then also it comes for long. So for all these things actually what it can be stored here. That's the thing. Clear? Everyone understood this concept? I just want everyone from your side to comment whether if you have understood this concept, we'll go further. Can everyone just comment in the chat window whether you understood the concept? Cool, yes. Shweta, okay, cool. Rishi, Rama, Praveen, Namanti, you guys understood? Okay, cool. Praveen Reddy, and then Namanti. Okay, cool. Okay, cool guys, super. So now Okay, now I'll give you a number. You guys are going to tell me actually what in which other data types can be stored. So my number is actually what, for example, is 4,000. So now I want from your side someone to sing. Superb, great, long, cool. So 4,000 in minus 5,000 to 7,000 in between range 4,000 comes. Minus 1,500 to 1,500 in between that range we don't have. So that's why. Okay, so yes, so it accepts only in long alone. Yes, correct. Same thing. Now, okay, now I don't want you guys to ping in the chat window. Okay, I specifically will ask someone, so you guys will try to explain here. Okay, sure. So I'll ask you guys. Is the range correct? I don't think so. That's what I told her. This actually what I'm just trying to give you to understand the concept only. These are all not the correct numbers. Finally, after the concept you understood, I'll just tell you what are the correct numbers. This is to make you to explain the concept in an easier manner. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. So now my next value is 1500.40. Okay. So now I want from your side, Navinti, can you tell me which data type it will support? Minus 1500.40. Hello. Hey, hi Navinti, you're there?
Yeah.
Yes. Can you tell me what type of value is this one? Minus 1500.40.
It's long.
No. Any information that comes with this dot, that will be called as a
Float.
That's called as a decimal. Okay. Which are the data types will support decimals here? If you see, float and double.
Nadi speaker.
Oh, sorry, my voice is not clear, Namanti.
Yeah. It's clear.
Okay. So from my side, I just want this 1500.40 in which are the data types it will support.
It's a float.
Float minus 1000.00 to 2000.99. Yes, in between 1500.40 comes. Yes, correct. It will support for float. Any other thing?
Double also.
Correct. So minus 5000.00 to 1000. There also it will accept. That's it. Clear? This is what the data types is going to do. It's just like a container which helps us to say that actually what in which data type it will be supported. That's it. Clear this? Hey, thanks, Naman. Clear for everyone? Clear this? Okay. So can I now I'll tell you the real numbers. So if you see. So if you see, this is what the data type range over here. See, byte can store values from minus 128 to 127. Short, minus 32762. This one to 32767. Integer, this number. Long, this number. Okay. So like that, it goes. So I'll just give this numbers along. So this is what the real numbers. I'll copy this for you guys. Just give me a minute, I'll just make it proper. So this is what the numbers here. Okay, so this is what you can just check it over here. Okay, you can just have a look on this one for your understanding of this one. Okay, this is the real numbers, so you can take it. Okay, guys. So this is about data types. Okay, so now next we will see about variables. So if still now anyone asks any questions, please let me know. So otherwise we'll just go and see what is a variable here. Okay, so I'll go with variables. If anyone has any questions, please stop me. Correct, good. So yes, good question. So why most of the times we use integer, most of the times we use double? Okay, so why we use means, so if you see integer, it stores values from minus 2147483 to this one. So most of the times our numbers will come in between this range only. The realistic actually what everyone uses will be in between this range only. Correct? They will not be using more than this one. Only in the financial, those places only actually what they will be using crossing the numbers, the limit. That time only they will go for long. Most of the times they will be in between these numbers. They cannot take short for sure. Minus 32768, 32,768. We will cross these numbers very easily. But this number we will not be crossing it. It can store values from this minus to this plus over here. So that's why this is the best number to use it over there. Same thing double actually what from our side actually what compared to this float, it can store some extra values over here so that most of the times we don't need to change the data types in number of times. So that's why we go with this. Clear? Clear guys? Okay, so next. Okay. So can I go to the what is the variable? Can we see what is variable? Okay. Can we store special characters in char? Yes, you can store, because any information that comes in actually what in a single quote is what is going to do. You can store special characters also. Clear? It can store. That is actually, it's like not going to store a special character or a number. It's like it will be stored as a, that is any information that comes under double quotes is a string. Any information that comes under a single quote is a character. That's what here. Clear guys? So now we'll see what is a variable. So what is a variable means? Okay. So what is the difference between a string and a character? Yes, that's what I told. Okay. So variable. So what is a variable means? Okay. Variable is just a memory location. Okay, which is going to store some values on it. Okay. It's just a memory location which is going to store on it. Memory location. That's what a variable. Okay, I'm not going to give you actually the perfect definition or something like that. Okay, so always my suggestion is actually what, learn it practically. Okay, don't try to learn in very theoretical manner, because for sure you will forget things over there. That's why always is the best practice to learn it practically, because in go for an interview, suddenly if you forget a little bit thing also actually what, you will forget the entire concept if you are going to learn it theoretically. Practically if you forget, okay, at least by the concept you will be able to give the explanation for that. Okay, variable means what? It's a memory location which stores a value in it. Okay, so the same thing. What is the data type means? A container which helps the variable to say which values can be stored in it. A container which helps a variable to say which values can be stored in it. Okay, so this container is the one which is going to say to the variable which value can be stored in that. Okay, so this is what this variable supports. So I'll just give it that. So now how it's going to tell, we'll see. So how a variable will be declared. Okay, there are two things here in variable. One is declaration and another one is initialization. Declaration and then next one is initialization. So what is declaration, what is initialization, we'll see. Okay, and then how it can be done. So if I give integer I is equal to 10, okay, so here the integer I is the declaration and then the value which I'm trying to assign is the initialization here. So what is going to happen over here, this integer I is equal to 10 when I give? So when I give like this, it's going to the integer I, this concept, it's going to create me one memory location. Okay, integer I, it's going to create one memory location here. Then the memory location name, it will be what? I. Then the integer will act as a reference which tell to the memory location store only integer values alone. Okay, this integer will gives an information to the memory location store only integer values alone. That means what? Store only values from here -2147 to this range. Only this value you can store here. That's what. So now it will check this 10 is there under that range. Yes, it is there under that range. Then that 10 will be stored here. That's it. Clear? So if I'm going to give double, D is equal to 30.50 when I give, what will happen right now for me? Double D. This step is going to create me one memory location. Then D will be the memory location name. Then this double will tell to the memory location store only the values which is in between the range of double data type. Then 30.50 is trying to store. Now it will go and check over there. 30.50 is there in between this range. Yes, it is there in between this range only. So 30.50 will be stored. That's it. Clear? Next one, declaration initialization can be done in a single step also. See, integer a is equal to, integer a, when I give, what will happen? This is going to store me one memory location here. Then a will be the memory location name. Then that integer, what will happen? That will say to the memory location store only integer values alone. That is, store the values which is there in between the range of integer values alone. Then when I give a is equal to 30. Now what will happen right now for me? A equal to 30. Now what will happen? Now what will happen? This a equal to 30. Now it will check whether where is my a memory location. Yes, it is here. Now what will happen? The 30 will be stored here. 30 will be stored. That's it. Clear? Then next, integer b. what will happen again? A memory location called B will be created, and then it will, the integer, this says to the memory location store only integer values alone. Then this memory location name is B here. Clear? That has been done. Then when I give B is equal to 50. Now what will happen right now for me? It searches for the B memory location called B here. Then now what will happen? It will store 50 in it. Then after that, I'm going to give here again A is equal to 10. Now what will happen? It searches for the memory location A. Where it is, it's here. Now what will happen? This step, this will override. Okay, override this 30. Now it will be overridden to 10. This step is called as reinitialization. So that is this step is called as declaration. Then this step is called as initialization. This step is called as reinitialization. That is what. Clear? Declaration, initialization, then this is reinitialization. Clear for everyone? Anyone has any questions, guys? Everyone understood this concept? Anyone has any questions on this? I just want everyone to ping in the chat window as if you have understood. Please ping me as yes, so that everyone will be clear that everyone has understood it. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Yes. So Rama, you have understood? Yes, good. Okay. Good, guys. So now we have seen actually what is a variable, what is a what is a variable, and then actually what is a data type here. Okay. So now next we'll see actually how to install the Eclipse over here, so that we will start to write the programs here. What is the difference between float and double? That is the variables, the size which I'm going to store. That is what. This will actually store values from actually minus 3.40 this number to plus 3. This will store from minus 1.7 this number to plus this number. That's the difference. All the data is actually the values which you are going to accept is what the difference here. Clear, Shravani? Okay, the range is what the difference for each and every data type here. What value Boolean will store? It stores only true or false alone. See, true or false. Only these two values can be stored in Boolean. Okay, it does not store any information apart from that. Yeah, okay, Rishi, cool. So next, so we have stored this variable here. So next, actually, what we will see how a program can be written, and then how to install the Eclipse. All those things we'll see. So now, so from my side, any installation when we are going to come, I'm going to give you the installation part. Okay, the document, everything will be there. So we'll see how to install the Java and then how to install the Eclipse here today. Okay, Eclipse. First, we'll see whether we have a time for Java completely. I'm going to store you. I'm going to forward you this document. So I'm going to tell first actually how a Java program will be executed. Okay. Then after that, we'll see actually how how a normal program will execute. Then after that, we'll see how a Java program will be executed for you. That's what I'm going to say to you. Okay, so now how normally a program will be executed. Okay, so normally how a program will be written, we'll be writing in a notepad or any file related to that, and then we'll be saving it in its own extension. So if it's a Ruby file .rb, Java.java, so like everything has its own extension. So How a normally a program executes is basically we write the program in a notepad or any file. Those programs which we have written by us, that will be called as a high level language, which can be understandable by a human. Okay, any language that is written by us and then we are able to understand, that is called as a high level language. Okay, each and every line will be calling it as a statement here. That statements cannot be understandable, cannot be that is only a human can understand, but the system cannot understand that. So for that we need to pass it to a translator, which will convert into a machine level language. Okay, the translator is of two types. One we have compiler, another one is interpreter. Okay, one we have a translator is compiler, another one is interpreter here. So both the things, what it will do means it will convert the high level language into a machine level language. That's what it will do. Okay, so compiler, okay, so machine level language means what? It's just zeros and ones. That is what the machine level language here. So from my side here, in the olden days, actually what only from our side compiler will be there, or from our side only interpreter will be there. Only any of these two things only we will be having from our side. Clear? So the same thing actually what here, it will convert that to the zeros and one, then after that it will be given to the CPU for execution. Then the program will start to execute there. Then next year, compiler, what it will do, interpreter, both is going to translate. But what is the difference here? Means simple. I have 1,000 lines of code in the program. Means what this compiler will do means all the entire 1,000 lines of code will be translated to zeros and ones, then only will be given to the CPU for execution. Interpreter, line by line, first line will be converted into a machine level language, it will be executed. Second line, it will be converted, it will be executed. Third line, fourth line, like that, each and everything from our side will be converted, then only will be executed for us. That's the difference for these both. Okay, compile and interpreter. Okay, guys. So next, how a Java program will be executed. Okay, so everyone is clear about that. What an execution will be done? Simple. Once again, I'll give a recap. We write the program that is called as high level language, that will be given to the translator. The translator will convert to zeros and ones, machine understandable language, given to CPU for execution. Two types of translator. One is compiler, another one is interpreter. Compiler, what it will do, that is it will compile the entire statements, okay, from high level to machine level language. Interpreter, what it will do, line by line it will convert and will be sent to the execution. Okay. Okay, both the things it will be converted and it will be sent for execution here. Okay, so separately line by line will be converted and will be execution. Then next, Java program. So we write the program. Each and every line of statements will be called as a Java statements here. Okay, so Java program usually will be saved in a file name called .java. Okay, Java statements will be saved with a file name extension called .java here. Okay, that will be given to, how do we know that what translator will be using it? How it will be known means actually what, if you just Google it, you will come to know that actually what, in each and every language what it will be used. So for example, Java uses both compiler plus interpreter. Ruby use interpreter. Okay, like that, each and every language, when you go for it, you will come to know that actually what type of translator they are using it. Okay, that actually what commonly we will be come to know when you go for it. So Java uses compiler plus interpreter. Okay, good question. Getting Shweta? Yeah. So here Java files will be saved with .java extension that will be given to the Java compiler. Then here this compiler, what it will do, it will 1,000 lines of code, that means entirely will be converted and then it will form a class file. That is, everything will be compiled. Okay, that is actually what it will convert to zeros and ones over here as a bytecode. Then it will be saved with the .class file extension. Okay, when I give xyz.java, that will be converting and creating a new file called xyz.class file. Here that will have the zeros and ones of the entire file information. Then next, what it will do, we have the JVM here. So what is a JVM means? It's a Java virtual machine. What this Java virtual machine will do is, again it will take this bytecode, this class file, then again one more type of conversion, that is line by line conversion will happen, interpreter level. So this conversion will be given to the CPU, and another type of bytecode will be created, and then it will be given for the CPU here. So what is the advantage of two types of translation here? One is compiler and one is interpreter. Both we are doing. Why it is needed means so simple. What this compiler will do means it will check the entire program and then check whether any syntactical errors are present. Okay, so I have misstored actually what a semicolon. I have given integer as actually what instead of int in small letter I given as capital letter. Like that, any syntax error is there, that will be identified in the compiler. Okay, when it's trying to compile, it will be giving me the error. Sorry. Then this so then this interpreter level conversion, what it will do means it will check whether functionality level any errors are there. What is functionality error means? From my side, I am trying to divide a number 10 divided by 0. That will give you infinity. We don't have any data type to store infinity in Java. That time it will store give me actually what functionality level errors. Those errors can be identified in interpreter level, line by line conversion here. Clear? So still now anyone has any questions? Anyone has any questions, guys? Yes, difference between the bytecode and then the machine level language. So what is the difference here for between this compiler and this bytecode means? So from our side, okay, I'll just tell the story actually why this compiler and the interpreter is there in Java, and then why it is, how it is came, I'll tell you the story. Okay, so in olden days, actually what we were having actually only one type of conversion, one either compiler, otherwise it will be interpreter. So now from my side, I have designed an application. Okay, I have designed an application. What type of application that is means? It is, for example, a travel management system. Okay, travel management system actually what I have done it. So I have totally struggled for more than 2 years, and then I have coded that application, and then I entirely designed that application. Now I want to sell the product. So I'll go to different customers. I'm going to visit. So if the customer want to see that application, what happened? I need to send the entire code to the client. Then after that only we can run the application in the system. Now, if the customer is genuine, not a problem for me. If that guy is going to hack my application or he's going to duplicate the another type of application, what happened? There is a chance for him to take the entire code of my system, and then after that he will just do some alteration on that. And then I struggle for 2 years. That guy within 6 months he will create another beautiful application by adding some more features, and then he will release it to the market. Then he will become a competitor to me. This was the problem was happening in long back. And this was type of the problem was happening. So to avoid this one, what they did means, okay, in Java they introduced both compiler plus interpreter. What this compiler will do means, okay, so this will convert the entire code into a class file. Okay, this class file can be read only by the JVM alone. You cannot open that file. Anyone cannot open that file. Okay, only JVM has an access to read the file and then actually what? Convert again into another type of machine level language for execution. No one can read the file. Only way JVM knows to execute it. No one can make it to a normal file. So because of this, our code becomes secure. When someone wants to see my application, for them, I will send the class files alone. My code is secure here. Another one client side, he can see my application and then check whether the perfectly it is working fine or not. Clear? So that's the usage of this one. So my code is secured. Another one client needs for execution. So that execution also can be done here. That's how it is secured. Then after that, this bytecode again in JVM, it will be converted to another level machine level language. which will be understandable by the CPU. This bytecode can be understandable by JVM alone. This converged bytecode only can be understood by the CPU for execution. Clear? That answers your question, Harika? Okay. Yeah, cool. Yes, cool. So now the JVM is called actually what? Java Virtual Machine. Okay, like that we have some different terminologies here. So JVM is needed for the Java to run the class file. Yes, correct. Now we understood this class file can be read by the JVM. So you need JVM to run the Java file. So if only if JVM is there, then only we can execute the program. Otherwise, we cannot execute the program. To install the JVM, we need JRE. That is Java Runtime Environment. Inside the JRE, you will have the JVM here. Okay. So JRE is what? Java Runtime Environment. JVM is Java Virtual Machine. What is the JRE? Java Runtime Environment? Okay. Every software will have its own environment where I can execute the program. Okay. That is what? Java Runtime Environment. My Java programs actually what? Will be executed in that environment, which will have the different set of codes for me to execute the information. Like that Skype also, if you see, that will have its own environment. My Skype informations can be executed there. Like that, every software, like that, JRE is a Java runtime environment. We have another one called Java Development Kit, that is a JDK. So that is the entire set. It will have the compiler, JVM, JRE, like that entire set will be there. That's the entire set for Java. So if you want to work on with advanced level topics or something of Java, we need the JDK. For core Java, we need JRE alone, that is enough. But when I'm going to integrate with some other software, that is actually what I'm going to use the Selenium with Java. That time or we are going to integrate actually what some other software with this. At that time, I need the JDK. So in the, what to say, when you come to the Selenium, we have Auto IT, like different tools are there. For those tools, if I want to access it in Selenium with Java, I need this JDK. So that's why we have this JDK here. Java compiler plus JVM plus JRE. That is the entire set of the Java. So, once again, a small recap. JVM is used to run the class files, convert the one level of bytecode into another level of bytecode used for execution. JRE is a Java runtime environment where I can execute the Java informations. JDK is what the complete set. That is, you will have the compiler plus JVM plus JRE plus some extra information here. Okay, so what is the difference between the interpreter and compiler means? Okay, so the interpreter here, the initial startup time will be actually what? Very faster. Why? 1,000 lines of code is there, but anyway, actually what is going to convert the one line of code, first line, then it's going to execute. Then the second line is going to execute. The initial startup time is actually what? Always faster, but in the 500th line, I'm going to get an error. What will happen? The program will stop there. Then only it will know that actually there is an error. I need to clear the error. Then again I will run till again the 500 lines will run. Then in the 700th line again an error. It will stop there. Throws me an error. I need to clear it. Again I will run. 800th line error stops there. Like that. To clear the errors, it will take more time for me. If there is no error in the program, it runs faster. If there is an error, once you come to that line, then only you know that actually there is a problem. That's a problem with interpreter. Then in compiler, initial startup time actually what to run the program is little bit late, but during the compilation itself, it will throw me what are the errors in the program. So you have error in the 500, 700, 800th line, the error, and this is the error. Clear it first, then only we can run the program. So I will clear the error, then only actually what I will start to run the program. Most probably it will be syntactical errors. So once I clear it, then after that when I run the execution, it will run smoothly. So initial startup time is actually what to run the program is a little bit slow, but once it's started, it will be executed in a proper manner. That's the advantage of this compiler. So interpreter, olden days basic, we're using compiler C, C++, we're using here. Clear? So anyone has any questions for today's session? Okay, I'll just give you a recap as what are the things that we have taken for today. We have seen actually from our side what is data type, okay, and what are the various data types we have. So data type is what? Is just a container which helps a variable to say which type of values can be stored in it. Okay, that's what the data type. Okay, then we saw the range of the data types. Then after that we saw what is a variable. Variable is just a memory location which helps you to store some values in it. Okay, there are two things there. One is declaration, another one is initialization. Declaration means what? That is, it creates a memory and then allocates the memory name and says to the memory name which type of values to be stored. That's what declaration here. Okay, initialization means what? Storing your values in that memory location. Before storing that, it will check actually what in the memory location, that will check whether that value can be stored in that. It is there in between the range of that data type. That is what the declaration and initialization we have seen. The next one we have seen how normally a program will be executed and then how a Java program will be executed. Okay, and then we have seen what is compiler and then what is interpreter. Both the things are used for translation. Compiler will translate the entire program, 1000 lines of code. Interpreter will translate one by one executes over there. Java has both the thing, compiler and then the interpreter. Compiler will create a class file. Then the class file will be given to the JVM for execution. Then again the another conversion will happen through help of interpreter will be executed. That's it. That is what we have seen for today. Clear, guys? Please let me know for today's session everyone has understood it, and then also I just need a small feedback. Just I'll take 2 minutes of your time. Today's session is done. From my side, I just need to know a small feedback, that is whether the session is going fine or you think that actually what is going very slow or it's very fast and my voice is audible. I need to do any changes. Just I want from everyone a small feedback so that I'll correct myself, and then going further I'll make it very helpful for you, that actually what I'll explain in the proper phase. So two things. First, give me. So is my phase is fine, or you want me to slow down, or you want me to increase it? Please let me know. I want input from everyone. Arika, Navanti, Prachna, Praveen Reddy, Rama, Shravani, everyone. Is my phase is fine? You all feel that actually the class is comfortable for you? Cool. Praveen Reddy, you're good. Okay, Navanti, good. So cool. Okay, you want me to slow down? Cool. Okay, I'll reduce. I think I'm going a little bit fast. Okay, cool. Sure. Sure. Okay, cool. I'll give you more inputs when we come to the going on further. The program level will give you more information. Sure. So it's like actually this right now actually the first 2 to 3 days alone I'll be starting it from actually what 7.5 or something. Then later on we'll be starting by 7 perfectly on time. Okay. Cool, guys. So thank you. So I'll be forwarding the recording. So from today onwards, actually, what each and every day you'll be getting the recording sessions to you guys, so that you can have it. Okay. Thank you. That is hereafter every day morning 7 a.m. Indian Standard Time we will be starting it. Perfect. Okay. So that today we started with 7. Fine. So we will be starting actually the first 2 to 3 days alone. We'll be starting by a little bit 7.5 something. Then after we'll start by 7. Perfect. Hey Navanti, you want to speak? Just a second, I'll unmute you. Yes, Navanti.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Because I have muted from my side, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah. Actually, you guys can ask me questions from your side. You can unmute from your side. Otherwise, actually, what I also can unmute from my side. When I'm going to ask you any questions from my side, I will unmute. You also can unmute, and then you can ask questions if you have anything to ask.
Okay, like if I unmute from my side, is everyone going to hear me?
Yes.
Only you?
I don't know. Everyone will be. Everyone will be interacting with the class.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. We'll again see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.